DBS marks the return of Android 17. Before I get into the 17 hype and Goku thing, I'm going to talk about the information we got at the beginning of this episode because I know a lot of people are going to talk about the foreshadowing that we got. Okay, so right from the get-go, we see Dende trying to look out for Android 17. Now, what he does is kind of surprising because he removes the power pole. Remember that's how Goku actually got to Kami's lookout in the first place? He removed the power pole, and then this is a first. The Kami's lookout apparently can float and move towards where the location of Android 17 is at, so Goku doesn't have to fly around all over the place. So I thought that was neat. That was something new we haven't seen yet. Not only that, Dende's telling Goku about a couple of things. Number one, Goku doesn't know what kind of person that 17 is because back in the day he used to be with Dr. Gero, but since that time, and the fact that 17 and Goku haven't met, and Dende's like, oh, there was a point where he was under Dr. Gero, but after he got wished back with the Dragon Balls, he became a different person, and he even had a wife and kids. Apparently, two of those kids got adopted. Apparently, and actually, 17 shows a photo of his wife and kids to Goku, but we don't get to see it. So I'm curious as to why that's obscured. But maybe it's just one of those things they decided not to show. But with last saw 17, he's been training ever since, and he's just as strong as he used to be. And Goku's implying, oh, I didn't know somebody that strong was around. And then they kind of says to Goku, while you were fighting around in space, Android 17 and other people on Earth, they've been training as well, so you kind of missed a lot as well. Then he says something else that really caught my attention, and he says, other than 17, there's another fighter out there, a kid that has potential. Now, I said, even after he said is the reincarnation of evil Majin Buu, Kid Buu, I already knew who was referring to. It makes sense because he has to fit within the chronological timeline, and obviously he was referring to Oob, so that we've already got confirmation of that before. But now it's like Goku is aware, and we kind of have a reason. We kind of know why he's aware of that now because Dende gives him the 411. And actually, not only does Dende actually tell him about Oob, the reincarnation of evil Kid Buu, he actually is the one that actually talks Goku into actually training him. Because remember, Goku was going to be the mentor for Oob because he didn't know how to control his power at the end of DBS, and that's what led into GT. So we can thank, I guess we can thank Dende for all that mess. But yeah, bottom line is Dende was the one who actually pointed the suggestion to Goku to actually train Oob for when he can actually get better, so he can use his power more. So we know how he knows about Oob when it comes to the final tournament of DBZ. So I thought that was kind of neat. But obviously, this was all about the 17 return of Android 17 hype going up against Goku. Now, they start off really cool because we see 17 is actually a park ranger, which we knew he was. I'm curious what the word "mere" is written on the T-shirt of 17. That could be his wife, I don't know, or one of his kids. But that being said, we see 17 taking on some poachers, and he does this regularly because apparently, according to what 17 says, there's a creature that's almost extinct called the Minotaurus. And obviously they're after the horns because they're poachers. So yeah, it's typical what you see in Africa with elephants, but in this case it's DBS and it's minotaurs with the horns. Because they're extremely rare, poachers come around often, so that's why 17 protects this island. Now we come to find out that his wife and kids don't actually live on that island, so it's just a job, which makes sense because he also 17 actually says this is why I actually protect this island. Why is it so important? He's got to be away from his kids and his wife, but it's his dream job, I guess. So yeah, Goku gives him a hand against. Well, 17 says not to kill him, and then not to injure any of the animals that are nearby when taking care of the poachers. So they just blow the tanks to smithereens. So, and then we get into the hype of the episode, and that's the fight between Goku and 17. And we do get some brief description of what's been going on since we last saw 17. And remember, this is the first time we've seen 17 actually have a fight since his fight with Piccolo. So I was really hyped for this. And 17 is one of the most popular characters anyway, so to see him in this episode in regards, but they did not disappoint with the animation in this. I just got to say that flat out. I really enjoyed the choice of the setting they used with the sun in the background. That was well handled. So we had Goku versus 17, and here's the thing: by using the Dragon Balls to wish him back, he was able to fulfill his dream of becoming a park ranger. But he says, I haven't been just dawdling since then. I've been training. So it's like Goku's fully aware of this. And he's like, okay. And actually, 17 actually kind of brings this on because he says, oh, we haven't sparred yet. And before we had the chance to meet, because I fought with Cell, we never got a chance to fight. So perhaps now we can spar. And Goku says, yeah, let's do it. Boost up to Super Saiyan. And from there it's on. And boy, oh boy, it did not disappoint. But 17 blitzing the shit out of him, and Goku is obviously holding back, and the most incredible thing was 17 was holding back as well. So it's obvious he's got more than just a power boost. It's like he may even, I don't know if he's equal to Super Saiyan Blue Goku, but he's definitely on par, and he could be one of the top tier fighters, obviously. However, and even then, 17 was like, oh, Goku, you're still holding back, and Goku was like, yeah, 17, you're holding back too. So it's like, I'm curious what they can do at the tournament. If they're holding back this much power, they may have. I don't think they're going to stand a chance against the fighters from Universe 11, but we'll wait and see. And when Goku's trying to convince him to join the team, 17's like, no, I'm not gonna leave the island because poachers may come back and they're being unguarded while I'm away. And Goku's kind of like talking me into it. He's first trying to bribe him with money, but he's nothing like Android 18 at all. It's like he says he already has money from a well-paid job of being a park ranger, so it pays good. But then Goku's like, no, join the team, the strong fighters, and 17 says, why would you want me to join the team anyway if it's just a tournament? And he immediately sends something up, and so did 18 as well. So their instincts were dead on. It's just that Goku was forced to tell Android 17 about what the real issue is. I don't think he said that Goku was responsible for causing this tournament in the first place, but he did say, I guess it cut away, and he did say, the universe will be erased if we lose in this tournament of power. And 17 actually he refuses. He refuses to join the team, and he's like, if we get erased, that's just the way it is. I'm like, wow, that was easy going. But I kind of like this because it gives 17 even more development, just saying, oh yeah, I'll join the team, I'll join the team. So it looks like 17 is going to be one of the late members to actually join the team by the time we get to the tournament of power. So I kind of like that. It gives us more depth into his character. We're getting another episode with 17 and Goku interacting. It looks like the poachers are back, and they've brought some reinforcements from outer space who's looking to capture the Minotaurus. So that's going to be interesting. We do get to see Beerus at the end munching down, but then he's constantly relaxing. But it's like he realizes he could be erased, so he's living this moment while he can. So all in all, this was a hype-based episode, only for the return of 17 and going up against Goku. Other than that, it's basically just set up from here on in. So that it looks like we get some more development for Android 17. So that's it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. A very simple but very good, well-handled episode. The animation, A+, especially for this type of episode. Doesn't get much better than this. So if you enjoyed this review, give it a thumbs up. I appreciate that. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Dragon Ball Super. Comment, rate, subscribe. Catch you guys later. Bye.